Vsauce seems very comfortable in his own skin as a genuinely humble, curious, down-to-earth guy who's committed to keeping a clean, successful brand, steering away from even the most basic controversial questions.
Literally the only controversial thing that you can find on Vsauce is watching Michael out of context. Those videos are so funny.
You never know what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, I've always played bass just to keep on the stereotype propagated thanks to South Park, yeah.
Goddamn.
Sunny V2 has this video on creators with good reputations, so I think that we should be checking that out.
These creators have the 10 most flawless reputations in YouTube history, and coming in at number 10 is professional eater Matt Stoney. With 16 million subscribers...
Hold on, Cyberpunk 2077 crashed. It didn't, I just turned the game off, it just didn't save. The game is fixed.
3.5 billion views and over 13 years on the platform, Matt Stoney has had plenty of chances to land himself in controversy, although despite scouring every corner of the internet, it seems this man has never even been criticized. His clean image has resulted in collaborations with everybody from the Try Guys to GQ, as well as someone who deserves an honorable mention for this video, Beard Meets Food, with both of these creators showing that living a simple, humble life outside of YouTube can do wonders for your online reputation. You might make the argument that competitive eating is simply an uncontroversial genre. However, I'd urge you to think of a different YouTuber who instantly proves this theory wrong.
But is it competitive eating though? I think it's kind of a thing of how you cultivate your fan base as well. Matt Stoney has always been the wholesome, good content creator that also showcases a good image, you know? Like, Nikocado Avocado and his audience are in sync. He has an eating disorder and his audience kept on, figuratively here, but also very literally, feeding off of it. So yeah, kind of propagating bad behavior all along. So if you yourself remain sane, I guess that you might not end up in any controversy. But yeah, for the most part, it's not that hard. Just remain kind and be good to yourself and to your audience. Yeah, and it's a good thing that you point that out, Soul Hero. I was thinking about that too when watching the previous video there. He went through that the triple bypass. Or was it the quadruple? I think it was the quadruple, actually. Like, I've tried a 10,000 calorie challenge twice. First one after my bodybuilding competition. And that, I mean, it's the amount of 3 or 4 days amount of food that you're consuming in one sitting. That's crazy.
Nikocado makes Matt Stoney look flawless by every comparison, yet neither of these guys look as perfect as the Report of the Week, who reinforces that food and good reputations almost always go hand in hand. The Report of the Week's reputation is difficult to describe, but very easy to feel. He's simply a YouTube legend. With over 12 years of suited food reviews, it's no surprise that the 2 top comments on his first video read, "This guy's character is very consistent, time proved it, and I love how unique he is."
But also, if you become a meme, isn't it also just easier to stick to the character?
His clothing and video style are both extremely distinctive, bound by a humble, wholesome personality and a respectable life philosophy.
What I always try to advocate onto others is to treat others with kindness, respect, and dignity. That's what I always try to do every single day, and I know I'm not perfect.
When he made a classic I React to Your Mean Comments video, his biggest difficulty was actually finding any mean comments.
I was trying to find some comments that really stuck out to me to include in this video, and I was surprised. It was a lot more of a massive undertaking, should I say, than I expected.
After which he'd reinforce his good nature.
Hate isn't anything. You know, it's not a good thing. I always say everyone should treat each other with respect, kindness, and dignity.
With his no hatred policy resulting in nobody hating him.
That is a solid message to push forth. What a Chad. Personally, I always mention empathy. Like, for example, the last Sonic V2 video. A lot of people may have disagreed with my views on how I found the main villain there, John Basso, to be, in my opinion, kind of exploitative, because I do get what he was trying to do, yet still the empathy of not wanting to see people die and letting them die despite them doing it, quote unquote, to themselves, does not sit right to me, because I always empathize with other people's situation, despite if it isn't something that I personally will follow. That's my first approach. But yeah, always be kind to others. That's a wonderful message.
This is the man I'll show my children when I teach them dignity. There is something about this guy which makes you believe in humanity again. I will physically defend this man for my whole life. The countless different review bra memes only add to his charm, yet they shouldn't distract you from a high level of personal accountability.
And this was on me. I should mention that. It was just a mistake on my part.
Yet if you want accountability with a bit more style, then we have to talk about a channel called Discover Connection. At around 600,000 subscribers, Discover Connection is the smallest channel on this list. However, these guys have some of the most wholesome content you will ever watch. The channel was created with the goal of reducing divisiveness, with the members essentially leaving their comfort zone in every video just to do nice things for random people. In their Helping Strangers with Anything and Everything video, they walked around the streets of Vancouver helping complete strangers with their gardening, while in a different video, they managed to convince 30 random people at the beach to have a sleepover party at their house. Their most viral video is an episode where they went around to random houses, offering to cook people dinner in their own homes, with one of the people they cook for then showing up in a later episode where they hosted a massive free Christmas dinner for 50 strangers who were all alone on Christmas.
That is so cool. Wow. That is so dope. This is usually one of those things that you kind of see in one of those set-up reality TV shows where you think, obviously they're making this up. It's not real. But, oh man, that is so wholesome.
The channel is well summarized by a comment reading, "I'm not crying, you're crying." This is some next level wholesomeness, guys. Thank you for being able to witness this, although until they've experienced the trials of being a bigger channel, Casey Neistat definitely deserves the next highest spot. While Casey has found himself in the occasional controversy, you'd be hard pressed to find a single person who doesn't think he's a legend.
I was about to say, he has found himself his own controversy. He has managed to keep his reputation though, but yeah. He's overall just a nice guy. Always loved his tech reviews. He was actually the reason as to why I got a GoPro for the first time.
Casey is one of the few rare YouTubers who pioneered a whole new genre, during which he displayed an unwavering work ethic by uploading a high-quality vlog every 24 hours for 800 days straight.
The only time I really get bummed out or depressed is when I'm not being productive, is when I'm not accomplishing or doing or contributing in any way.
While this might have almost ended his marriage,
The destructiveness of that on my own marriage and relationship was profound.
these kind of omissions only provide another reason to love him: transparency. While most YouTubers show only a polished version of their lives, Casey's unafraid of highlighting his darkest moments, which almost always provides a counterintuitive boost to a YouTuber's image. On top of this, vlogging is simply the perfect video type to build a strong connection with the audience, which when combined with his various on-screen collaborations, show that he's the type of guy who could be friends with anyone. Casey doesn't put himself on a pedestal simply because he's famous, which is a quality also shared by Penguin Zero. When you hear the name Moist Critical, two words come to mind: consistency and reliability.
Yo, Charlie has won. He has won. He's like the golden retriever of YouTube. Except if the golden retriever was kind of looking a bit sulky, sort of moody. Like, come on, like, originally, the first time that I heard of him, I was like, no way. No way this guy is like a voice of reason that many people tend to follow. But yeah, he's all just overall a chill dude. The Jesus of YouTube, indeed. Like, we have several variants, right? Asmongold is like another version, but a balding Jesus. But yeah,
His streams and almost 2 daily videos make his social media presence inescapable, but in a good way that'll always leave you updated on all the current drama. In the early days of his channel, Charlie actually donated the entirety of his YouTube earnings to charity, which he continued for over 4.5 years before noticing that his donations weren't actually going to those in need.
And if you do a little bit of digging, you will find out that many of these highly rated charities are actually just awful.
True. Was one of my biggest issues when I participated in a lot of those charitable events. And also later on, man, my mom was super angry at me at some point because she had worked through Red Cross, and we were approached by some guys at least I was approached by some guys by Amnesty International. And she was like, you should never, ever invest your money on that. I was like 16 back then. And she got so mad at me because, for the most part, to her knowledge at least, I didn't dig further into it, but to her knowledge, the money that was being spent there was never truly going to the places. As her working as what they call, in French, it's Médecins Sans Frontières, but it's, I guess, Doctors Without Borders. Yeah, so she was on the field actually helping people firsthand. So yeah, she was like, no, don't ever do that. And ever since that day, I have not, unless like I can actually participate into something, I don't do donations. Not to be mean, but because it's difficult to trust.
Despite having discontinued the practice, Charlie hasn't stopped giving back to others, and while his laid-back attitude makes it seem like the process is pretty damn simple, he embodies the saying that it takes a lot of effort to look effortless. Steve Wallace is another smallish channel on this list at around 1.3 million subs. However, I'd be willing to bet that this man has never even had a hate comment during his 12 years on YouTube. Steve gained popularity by talking about all things camping. However, he blew up with his stealth camping videos in which he sleeps in unusual places, like behind a police station, inside a stormwater drain, and even in the bushes of a roundabout. As described by this comment reading, I think what I like about Steve is that I see the same fears and worries that I would have being out there, and he doesn't hide them. Steve is extremely open and honest on his channel, which would bring him closer to the audience in the most tragic way imaginable. On the 5th of August 2022, Steve made a community post celebrating he and his wife's 5th anniversary, before uploading a video exactly 3 weeks later, announcing that she'd passed away in her sleep.
Oh my God. Oh man, that's so sad. Oh, I'm shedding tears here out of wholesomeness, but then this one had to strike me like that. This is not, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for this.
On Saturday, beautiful wife and I went to bed. On Sunday, only I woke up.
For obvious reasons, this unexplainably difficult event made the videos much harder to make.
Not gonna lie, I've been crying a little in between shots. Being honest, things have been tough.
With the impact also showing up in a YouTube post reading, "Hey, sorry to keep letting you down with missing regular uploads. I may be at the stages of grief when I've got to depression. Some days are okay, some are sleeping all day and hiding from the world. I don't want to burden you with my problems, but I want to let you know what's going on," which was then followed by yet another tragic announcement. "Hey everyone, sorry I've been absent. It has been a tough month and sadly my mum passed away a couple days ago. I will be back of course, but if you want to restore your faith in humanity, you'll have to look at the comment section."
Oh my God. When life batters you like that, what the Jesus. I mean, not gonna lie though, going through experiences like this is not too unfamiliar for me. But yeah, oof. I'm going to hug my girlfriend after this.
I don't think I've ever commented on a YouTube video on a 10+ year account. You're the man, Steve. Your videos are such a good, wholesome getaway from life's stresses and my own demons. Your candid nature and down-to-earth personality is what everyone needs. I was gutted when I heard about your loss. Being so open about what you're feeling and perseverance to better times is something I strive for. You're an amazing guy, Steve. Keep it up and hunker down.
When life attacks you, you gotta take life on. No better time for a stealth camp than right now, my friends.
With camping then also playing a part in the 4th best reputation, Brody from YBS Youngbloods. You might recognize Brody from some of his recent mega viral shorts, yet he's been making long form content for over 8 years now. His videos, usually filmed off the coast of Western Australia, feature him, his family and his dog Strider doing some kind of beach or ocean related challenge while capturing some of the most incredible wildlife footage available anywhere. This has led to a fair few near-death experiences.
This thing right here can kill 26 humans in a couple of minutes.
Oh, dude.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that again. All right. Should have done that.
But for the most part, Brody's content focuses on ocean sustainability, and not from a fake virtue signaling sense, but rather from the perspective of a dude who genuinely cares about keeping the sea clean.
Wait till you guys see what this actually is. You'll be disgusted, man. Plastic. It's like a balloon. It actually just pisses me off so much.
The YouTube videos clickbaiting YBS Youngbloods Exposed have a dislike ratio of over 95% because there's literally nothing to expose, while the comments on these videos state, Brody is as genuine as a human being can get, doesn't ask for much but to take care of his friends and family, and teaches us all not to be greedy and family is everything. But if we're on the
Why do people go out of their way to sometimes just trying to find drama where there isn't anything? I mean, I get it, content farm, but come on. Use the time that you are spending to actually edit a video to do some actual good research. Like, there are people that definitely needs to be exposed out there. Scammers and all of those things. Awful people. Like, I've seen a video that I put like on my to watch list of those Indian call centers that literally scam people. Yeah, those undertakings are super entertaining to watch, but oof, stop doing this. It's just a nice guy doing what we all should be doing, actually.
On the topic of good-hearted Australians, then it's hard to go past Laserbeam. Having gained 100,000 subscribers after only 6 months on YouTube, it was obvious that Lannon was loved from the very beginning. On top of a positive, fun personality, Laserbeam has always valued high-quality content over financial gain, shown for the first time back in 2017, when he refused to go family-friendly even though his entire channel was being demonetized.
I enjoy swearing. It's who I am. I'm not going to change for money. I do what makes me happy. That's the way I'm going to do YouTube. That's why I got into it.
Laserbeam was so committed to keeping the content real, then he moved back in with his parents just so he could keep swearing.
I was like making enough to cover like the basic bills, but I moved back with my parents.
While blaming nobody but himself throughout the process.
And it's completely fair. It's my mistakes. Shit happens.
Like a true legend, stays himself and sticks to his guns in the face of adversity. Laserbum, you are a true bloody legend of all bloody legends. In line with staying true to himself, Laserbeam has also connected with the audience by sharing his own mental health struggles.
I have absolutely no shame with like anything I'm going through. I know I've always battled anxiety. I have anxiety about everything. The last few weeks I've been convincing myself I'm dying.
With his extreme transparency likely playing a role in the absence of any negative press despite the size of his channel. Although even then he doesn't come.
Michael! Okay, listen guys. I have never idolized people. There are people that I've looked up to a lot. But man, Michael was the closest thing that I think that I would call an idol to me. Like growing up as a nerd, especially like within like anything science related, I would so consistently follow anything that was Vsauce related on all of the 3 channels that they had. I don't know if they have some new ones. I haven't subscribed to any others, but all of those 3 Vsauce channels, oh, so good. man, this was my childhood, and he was always such a blast to
Close to
listen to.
Vsauce. With 20 million subscribers and almost 15 years on the platform, the only crime Vsauce has ever committed is not uploading more often. Even then, his content from 10 years ago is still extremely popular, being a testament to his strong image, given reputation and resistance to atrophy almost always go hand in hand. Vsauce seems very comfortable in his own skin as a genuinely humble, curious, down-to-earth guy who's committed to keeping a clean, successful brand, steering away from even the most basic controversial questions.
Literally the only controversial thing that you can find on Vsauce is watching Michael out of context. Those videos are so funny.
You never know what's going to happen.
Michael, are you a tits or an ass man in the end? Because we did never get an answer on that.
I ask myself that every day.
Really? And did you ever find resolve within your soul on that issue?
Yeah.
Which is the answer? You're a corn man.
I'm a corn man.
Yeah.
How can you not love that?
At the same time, Vsauce doesn't shy away from important risk, whether that be trying shorts or putting faith in his curiosity box, which just by the by was purchased by Mel Science in August 2022 for $12 million. However, given its size and footprint, there's one more channel that's maintained its reputation better than any other on the platform, Dude Perfect. With 5 different hosts, tons of moving parts, and close to 60 million subscribers, Dude Perfect should be a magnet for criticism. However, it seems their most controversial moment was in 2022, when all they did was film a video in Qatar during the World Cup.
Yeah, that would make sense. A lot of people were mad at people that weren't even participating in the football events. So
Articles on the incident failed to discredit them, as they'd accidentally highlight Dude Perfect's morality in rejecting sponsorship opportunities from alcohol companies. On top of this, the group is known for being extremely charitable, with Make-A-Wish video editions, a pledge to sponsor one child for every 100,000 views they get, and their own Dude Perfect Hope Foundation, which strives to bring hope to people all over the world struggling with illness or lacking life's basics like food and clean water. There were accusations in the early days that their videos weren't authentic, with a Telegraph article from 2009 creating such a heated debate about the channel's legitimacy that Good Morning America hired an expert to investigate.
Are they real? Are they fake? We have computer analysts looking at them.
Yet video experts say that they're unable to tell where edits are being made. Dude Perfect responded by stating, "We love it when people say it's fake because it makes the shot seem even more ridiculously impossible, and we get more publicity and hits on YouTube, so we love the mystery of knowing whether it's real or fake," with frontman Tyler Toney echoing a similar sentiment.
It used to bug all of us when people would say the shots are fake, they're not real. We just kind of took it as a compliment to how impressive the things that we were doing actually were.
The Dude Perfect members simply reinforce a point we brought up earlier. An uncontroversial life outside of YouTube creates an uncontroversial life inside of YouTube.
yeah, wearing the lumberjack shirts. That could be one of them. Oh man, that was nice. See, this is the type of thing that I like to watch, right? Anything that is just wholesome, especially on an evening like this, where like the day has been good. I'm kind of tired. Actually, I'm really tired. And we're just sticking to some fun content. Oh, thank you. Bricky's new 40K video. Yeah, I actually have recorded a reaction to it. I will edit it and it will come out on Monday. Did you buy that 6-pack? I'm sorry, which 6-pack? Oh, God. See, I told you I'm tired. My brain isn't working correctly. Yes, I've ordered it.